Well, welcome back to this broadcast on KBC Channel 1. It's a Saturday and we talk sport. And today we're going to be talking about Deaflympics because Kenya won 55 medals at the Africa Athletics Championships for hearing impaired athletes. Deaflympics, as they call it. 21 gold, 16 silver, and 18 bronze medals. Now, Simon Karodha, my sign language interpreter, I know you really are interested in this one. So why don't we do it very simple and let's celebrate the winning athletes. You know how we do it? We just do it this way. Thank you very much, Simon. And also, because on set, we've got two hearing impaired athletes. Simon Karodha, we're going to have Jane Mwangi. She's not on set. She's going to also be part of our interpretation team today. She's going to be interpreting for our athletes over here. But we've got our coach, Charles Sami Kibet is a coach of the athletics team that won 21 gold medals. He's on my immediate left. And coach, congratulations. It's the African Championships in Nairobi and you did that. Then, thank you so much. Yes, we've got to say that. This is how you say thank you. Thank you. And yes, then we've got Ben Kimitei, 2 gold medals from the throws in the javelin and in the discus. Ben.
Thank you.
And also, we've got a man who is a middle and long distance runner. He's combined the two. He won a silver medal in the 3,000 meters steeplechase, and he also won a bronze in the marathon. We're talking about Lucas Kandia. Lucas Kandia, congratulations. I will say this to you.
Thank you.
Yes. So Jane is going to be doing the interpretation for our athletes. And I will start with Ben Kimitei. Ben Kimitei, tell me, how do you feel about winning 2 gold medals in the field events, one in the javelin throw? You know, these days when we talk about throwing something, so you're reaching up to Julius Yego, you know, our golden javelin thrower, and also the discus. How do you feel about winning those 2 gold medals for the country this week?
Thank you. My name is, I got gold for javelin. I feel very, very happy and I thank the coach for encouraging me and also helping me, and also Yego for guiding me through this process. And I was really wanted to win this gold, and I'm happy that the African Deaf came for the championship. 12 countries came here, and we did the warm-ups, and when it came time to do measuring the meters, I was the highest. So we really thank the coaches for supporting us, and I'm very happy for getting this gold. Thank you, Coach Kibet.
Ben, you've spoken about the javelin throw. Tell us about the discus and how you combine the 2 events, which are throws.
On Tuesday, I had missed. I had not practiced very well, and I threw the first time, and the measurement was not higher. And then the second one, and it had gone further. And also, I threw the third one. I became number 2, and the second one, the third one. And we were remaining just 2 people, and I did my best.
Well, and talking about Benjamin Kimitei, Ben actually did a javelin throw of 48.43 meters, and in the discus throw, he did 25.8 meters. You know, Julius Yego, you say Julius Yego inspires you, Ben. So how much further do you want to throw? 48 meters here at Kasarani at the Africa Athletics Championships. How far do you want to go eventually in the javelin?
My aim, I love doing javelin, and it is my favorite sport. For discus, I was just trying. Maybe in future, I'll try and see if I can do it better. I used to see how Yego used to do the discus, and I used to do the practice. and I continue practicing so that I can follow in Julius Diego's steps. For 2010, in future, I want to get a gold, and I want to show the government that deaf people can.
That is 2020, Jen, that's what you meant?
Yes.
2020. All right, and then to the left of Ben Kimitei is a man who won a silver in the 3,000 meters steeplechase and also a bronze in the marathon. We're talking about Lucas Kandia. Lucas, first tell us about the 3,000 meters steeplechase. Who really inspires you to get into this event?
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for this opportunity to sit with you here at KBC Television. Truly, I love this 3,000. I love 3,000 steeplechase. I started a while back, and I didn't have a coach back then. I used to practice in the forest, and I used to put trees, and then from that, I have grown up, and I continue to train, and this was a big motivation for me up to now. In 2012, I failed in Canada because it was I didn't have an experienced coach, and he wasn't. I wasn't so conversant with him, so but I continued training up. In 2013, we got a new coach who are KDF, Coach Kibet. Himself, he has a heart for deaf people. Truly, I'm proud a lot to have him as my coach. Now I have made an achievement of silver in 2013. I made an achievement in 2013. In 2016, I won a gold medal because he used to train me. In 2017, Deaflympics, I continue to have this strength because he trained me, and he'll take us to his camp, the KDF camp, and we'll go there and train with other KDF officers, and we learned a lot from that, and we were in camp together with him. When we went to Turkey, that is in 2017, I brought a gold, and I broke a Deaflympic record. That is why it's my favorite race.
Now, Kandia, you told me that you used to train in a forest. Which is this forest where you used to train alone? And did that forest, in the forest you can jump over trees. Was there a river where you could jump for the steeple to get into the water now?
The field in my school, when I was in high school, I used to run in the trees. I'll cut the trees and make it look like the steeplechase.
The hurdle.
The hurdle, actually, yeah.
And what about the water jump?
Trees, yes. Water. When the trees is there is no water. My hope, I will hope for the rain so that the mud will become just like the water in the steeplechase. That is why I was very, very motivated and continue on this race.
Now, Kandia not only does the steeplechase, but he also does the marathon. 3,000 meters, then you decide to do 42.195 kilometers. How do you train for the steeplechase and the marathon, which is an endurance event? Any marathoner I know probably trains for 4 months for just one event. But in this case, here you are, you've got the steeplechase, and then you do the 42K. How do you train for the 2?
Okay, for me, truly, my race is 3,000 steeplechase. It makes me run 41 kilometers. When we went for the Deaf Marathon in Kericho, I had already planned to run 21 kilometers. And then I told the coach, when the competition day arrived, I was ready. The coach, he looked at me and he said, Lucas, no, you want to run 21 kilometers? It's better you run 10 kilometers. And I answered him, I have faith in God. And I'll make the best out of this. From there, both of us, we went to Kericho. And we were waiting. And we had talked the previous day. And then the start for the 21 kilometers started. We had strong men. Finally, and he saw me become the winner in position 2. From that day, he was surprised. And also other people were surprised. DAC also, Deaf Association Athletics of Kenya were also representative, were there, and the 21 kilometer. The reason for this, it was my first time to open the first African Games in Kenya. And I thank God because yesterday I ran 3,000 steeplechase at 2:45 in the afternoon. And today in the morning, I ran 21 kilometers for the marathon. And I got a medal for this. That makes me really excited.
Congratulations. Hey, Lucas.
Thank you.
You see, when you do 3,000 meters one evening and in the following morning, you end up doing 21 kilometers, you've got to be extremely fit. But there is one man who works with them, and you've had it from Kandia. He goes by the name of Samuel Kibet. Coach, first of all, what inspired you to work with the Deaflympics team in Kenya?
Myself, I like doing extraordinary things. You see, to handle people who are deaf is something extraordinary. It's not something that can be done by anybody, because it needs somebody to have that love, the will, and the heart of being with people with disability. And this has inspired me so much, because since I met Lucas and other deaf athletes, they have actually motivated me so much by the way they listen to my teachings, the way they execute what I'm teaching them to do. And most of all, when I met Lucas, I told him, I want you to go for a record in 3,000 meters steeplechase. And surely when we went to Turkey,
that was last year.
That is
no, 2 years ago.
2017. Yes, he did very well, and he really broke the limit records. And this actually motivated me so much. And the other athletes whom I've been with them, they are doing a great job. And these people are very good in learning, and they are eager to perform.
Now, there is something that Kandia said, that in Kericho, when you had the marathon in Kericho earlier this year, you wanted him to run the 10 kilometers, and he decided to go for the half marathon. How, as a coach, do you respond to it? Because it's not normal for an athlete to take up a challenge bigger than the coach wants. So how do you respond to your athletes? Because it's a rather, how would I say, it's not the norm.
Truly, I was with him when we were preparing for the marathon in Kericho. With me, I intended that he do the 10 kilometers, because from 3,000 meters steeplechase, I didn't want him to go a very long distance. But the endurance that he had made him to be more confident that to run 21 kilometers was not a problem. And I think he was motivated because he was in shape. So I advised him because my plan was I want him to break more records in 3,000 steeplechases as he grows to 5,000 meters, then to 10,000 and maybe half marathon and maybe full marathon. But when he told me that he was going to perform, then I told him, okay, well, let me see you the way you are going to do it. And I was very happy. I was really very impressed. You know the hills in Kericho, the coldness in Kericho, and he managed to become number 2, challenging our marathon record holder, Daniel Kiptum. And it's only because of experience of Daniel Kiptum that Kiptum managed to win the race. But I realized Lucas was really ready for that race. I know he's capable because during our training we also do endurance and speeds. So if somebody is confident enough, if he has trained well, he can do longer distance. But normally as coaches we advise that we go slowly by slowly so that we don't jump. And at least so that we have a longer period, we have an athlete taking a longer period in performance. You see, when you just jump to a longer distance, maybe you will reduce your time, the length of your performance in the field. And that is why I was advising him that we go slowly.
Now that's the track. And what about field events? And this is where Ben is involved. So the javelin, the discus, the high jump, the long jump, the triple jump, and we also have the shot put. How do you train your athletes?
I'm very happy, and in fact, this is the first time we have many deaf athletes in field events. Our last competition, which was the Deaflympics, we had only Ben Kimitei representing the country in javelin. And the others have been trying, but they are not attained the mark, the qualifying mark. And when we did the trials this year for this first African Deaf Athletics Championship, we realized that we had so many athletes who had the potential to perform. And we were very happy because the DAC supported this idea of...
DAC, which means the Deaf Athletics Association
of Kenya. Yeah, supported the idea of being inclusive, that we have all the throwers and the jumpers, and we brought them to the field. I am also working with other coaches who are specialists in these fields, and we were able to incorporate them in the team, and they assisted me in bringing this wonderful performance. For example, Bernard Kimitei, we have Coach Joseph Mosoni, who is also the coach to our champion, Julius Yego. So they've been together for some time and giving him the tips of succeeding. And I'm very happy because with this short duration where we were in the camp, I am telling you, we had more medals also from the field events. One is also we have a lady who was doing javelin, Rehema Pande. She brought us a gold medal in javelin. Also in Hama, we also got a gold medal. Mesha Kwashira also brought us a medal. What I know with these people, they only require time and facilities to train. Otherwise, these people are very good and they're able to perform.
All right. Now, we're speaking to some of the medalists from the Africa Deaflympics Championship, the Athletics Championships that were taking place all week at the Moi International Sports Center, Kasarani. And two of the gold medalists are here. We've got Bernard Kimitei. He won 2 gold medals. He's second. He's right in the middle there. He won a gold in the javelin and the discus. And we also have Lucas Kandia. He won a silver in the steeplechase, 3,000 meter steeplechase, and also bronze in the half marathon. I want to come to you, Ben. Ben, you're doing the field events. You've spoken about the javelin. What are some of the things that you would want to help you improve as a javelin thrower?
A lot of training, to continue a lot of training, and also my aim is to get a gold in Deaflympics. And maybe next time when go to Deaflympics for the World Championship, that is in 2020, I want to do just like other people do it, the hearing, so that I can follow in their steps. If a hearing person can be able to get 90, I also want to throw javelin and to also get that 90. That is my plan. Yeah, because I can.
Yes, that's when he says he can, why can't he? He's hitting 50 meters. If he's got to get to 90 meters, it's another 40, but everything is a progression. I can talk about somebody known as Ita now. He was at the World Under-18 Championships. He's qualified for the World Under-20 Championships. He's broken 70 meters for the first time in his career. Everything is a progression. Now, Lucas, you're doing the steeplechase and the half marathon. After Kericho, when you ventured into the half marathon, which event do you want to stick with? Is it the steeplechase, or is it going to be the half marathon, or probably even the 10,000 meters?
Okay, truly for me, I want to the event which I am motivated to win. Everything is not as simple. I just want to choose one thing that motivates me, and I can make it in that event. That is why I'm interested in 3,000 steeplechase. It means there are other youth coming up. Thereafter, also, I want to give this opportunity to them. So I'm not stuck in 3,000 steeplechase. So I'll let the other youth to take over from me, so that I can allow them to learn from me, so that I can be a role model to them, to other youth. In future, I want you to run just like I do.
And by the way, talking about, apologies for that, talking about Lucas, he lost to Jacob Kibet by 0.01 of a second. How was that photo finish? Coming to it, because you were so close with the gold medalist, Jacob Kibet. So close.
Okay, yes, that's true. Jacob Kibet, we are friends. A lot of time, even sometime, when we are at the training town, we always sit together, train together, have a discussion on some things. Before we go for the big competition, we sit together and decide how to go about it, to do our performance. And when we discuss from this, I don't know. I didn't know that he'll take position 1 and I'll be position 2. That is what happened yesterday. Both of us, we ran and we were fighting. No, at the final, we almost finished at the same time. So, and at the photo finish, it was shown that I was number 2. But that is okay. Why? Because our flag was to show other people that equality. And also I appreciate the government of Kenya that they can see deaf people are important, just like other people.
Well, congratulations and for that story, because, he's speaking about a photo finish. It's not every day that you talk about it. Now, Ben, let me come to you. Every athletics event is not just about the sport. The sport is the activity. Some may say that the business is the entertainment, but every time it brings athletes together, athletes from different parts of the country. Unlike able-bodied athletes, for example, if you've got an athlete from Egypt, another one from Ivory Coast and Kenya, there'll be the communication, but you've got the common sign language and everything. What was the experience of meeting other athletes from Africa? 12 countries. What has been the experience meeting people all around Kasarani?
Okay. The experience, when we were competing, we could also see that I was strong, and I did the javelin very well. We interacted because sign language, you can be able to understand each other. So through this interaction, they're able to learn from each other, and Kenyan coaches and Mosonic used to train us. So we have interacted with other countries, and this has made other deaf people, and we want to welcome them to our country and to encourage them to do better.
So Kenya, you've taken all the medals there. What have they learned from the Kenyan athletes, Ben?
They have learned that Kenya is strong and we are an athletic powerhouse. And we have gotten 54 medals. That speaks a lot about deaf Kenyans.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And Coach, I'm going to give you before the two athletes give us the final word, what has been your experience from this inaugural athletics championships for the hearing impaired in Kenya? And this has had 12 countries from Africa. What has been your experience?
What I've experienced is that with coaching these deaf athletes, they have the ability. And I've learned a lot of things that being with them, they also help me to learn. Because when I coach them and I see them performing, at least I learn something. For example, Ben, during our national trials, he had a mark of 46, and now he's coming with 48. So with the kind of training that we give them, I realize that these people have the ability to perform, and I'm really, really very impressed.
Final one from you, Ben. What's your next target? What is next for you after the African Championships?
My next goal is to get gold in next year for the World Championship and to continue winning so that I can continue winning.
All right. Drama in the 3,000 meter steeplechase, Kandie, you know, a photo finish between you and Kibet. What is next for you? The 3,000 meter steeplechase, the 5K, the 10K, or the half marathon next year at the World Championships?
Okay. My passion is to continue training and not to repeat what happened yesterday actually, because I wanted to see the next years. I want to change to use the right time. Right now, my qualifying time for 3,000 steeplechase is not that good. I think in the Deaflympics, but for this time, I didn't break any record. For now, I need to think about World Championship in next year. That is next year, and I want my motivation is to change my position that I did yesterday.
Well, thank you very much, Lucas Kandia, Ben Kimitei, and Coach Sami Kibet. These two athletes, they did win 4 medals for Kenya. Ben with 2 golds in the field events, the javelin and the discus, and Lucas with a silver in the steeplechase, and also a bronze in the half marathon. And their coach, Sami Kibet, thank you very much for making time today. I want to say thank you. Thank you. And also for you, Simon, Bwana Karodha, you know, I know you want to come and say hi to these people over here. I know you're all waiting and they're all surprised, but there's only one thing we can say to them. You know how we do it? The Kenyan medalists, 55 of them, 21 gold, 16 silver, and 18 bronze. We wish you all the best and keep training, and we wish you all the best as you go for the World Deaflympics Championships next year. Thank you very much. Our sign language interpreter in the studio today has been Jane Mwangi. She's been doing the interpretation. That's why the 2 gentlemen, you've had a lady's voice. She's been doing it, she's been doing the voice. Samun Karodha doing, you know, the sign language for me. And we want to say thank you very much for this experience that we've had this evening. I want to say on behalf of the team that has put this together, the bulletin tonight, and also my co-anchor, Purity Museo, have a very good evening. I am Daniel Wahome.